So when you guys get those submissions, because I know you both get a lot of submissions, so obviously just the aesthetic, I like it, I don't like it, is a huge part of that. But what else influences, you know, whether you're going to at least put someone on that list of maybe in the future?
For me, it has to be a little bit different than what I've seen. I definitely am looking for something that isn't looking like everything else that's out there. So if you already are having, I feel like that's something that I don't like about Etsy. A lot of times when I'm going through it, it's like, I just feel like one person had made this one thing and then everybody's copying it. And so I really find, or I look for originality. And then just practical things, I try to figure out like where are you located, like how much is shipping gonna cost, like I really.
Especially if it's heavy.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things. And then, you know, the story is really great. I love like knowing like where people are from and like how they're doing it, what's their factory or non-factory, is it just them? You know, like I want to know about all the story. But the initials, like, yeah, I like it or don't, and then I have to kind of like.
And then to add to that, it's also where are you sold? Like, are you sold in like already like 10 stores in San Francisco? If so, I'm not gonna carry you. And this is something that I really want to make sure everybody understands. You make a product, it looks great, but you have to package it. Oh my God. Yes. Like packaging is such a big deal because I have to sell it. It needs to sit on my shelf. My customers need to understand what this is, or at least like be able to hold it. Or if they're gifts and we have to ship it, it needs to be shippable. And yeah, and the story behind, I mean, both of our stores kind of, you know, we focus on the designer and the makers and the artists. So we want to know what's your story, who makes it, how is it made.
So if you get a line sheet then, and you're seeing a product that clearly needs some kind of packaging in the store, but there's no indication of what that packaging is going to look like, that's going to be a big red flag for you, or you're going to ask?
Like if I like the product enough, I would ask, hey, how do you package this? How does it look on the shelf? Can you send a picture?
Awesome.
Usually I ask a lot of questions before I place an order, like if it's not straightforward.
And do you feel like if it was more straightforward, do you sometimes wish like, oh, I just wish it was all on the line sheet and then I didn't ask so many questions, or do you feel like people are missing? So what are those really common questions that you always often end up asking people before you place that order, before you end up placing an order? Like what are the things that people are just missing in the information they send to you? Besides packaging, because we know that one's probably missing sometimes.
Sometimes the prices, the wholesale terms are not clear, right? Pricing sometimes is not clear. Images need to be really good on the catalog.
Suggested retail is good too, especially having clothing. The markup's always weird on that, but some people don't do that markup, and then I'll find that ours is selling cheaper because I didn't know that the retail was. So pricing is always really important. But the good photos, I mean.
Yes, because that's all you know. I'd love to see everything first before I carry it, but that's not possible. So your photography is definitely key.
Yeah.